After Venu Eye Institute, today we introduce to you the Venu Naturopathy Centre. And we are going to talk about why naturopathy, and my friend Jaya and Dr. Anshika here are going to tell you a lot about it. So here we go.
Naturopathy is something which is absolutely natural. It's a natural cure process, it's a natural rejuvenation process. And we learn more from Dr. Anshika Pathak. She is here with us for this wonderful introduction. So, welcome Dr. Anshika. And we are extremely delighted to be back in your beautiful campus. As you can see at the back, we are absolutely sitting in the lap of nature.
Yes.
It's completely green all around us, and the atmosphere itself will motivate you to come and rejuvenate yourself. So, Dr. Anshika, over to you. Please give us an introduction about naturopathy.
So naturopathy is basically a medicine system which does not use medicine.
Right.
So this is something that naturopathy is. It basically works on the 5 elements of the body. We are all made up of 5 elements, and we will all be vanished into 5 elements.
Right.
That's the Panchatattva.
Yes, that's the Panchatattva. हम सभी पंचतत्व से बने हैं और हम सभी पंचतत्वों में विलीन हो जाएंगे. So the 5 elements are the only thing that can treat us from within, from inside. And I believe naturopathy is the way, is a new way for the modern and chronic diseases that we all have nowadays.
Excellent. So, we are talking about the 5 elements, which is Panchatattva, which means, please tell the viewers.
So the 5 elements are basically fire, air, space, earth and water. These are on your 5 fingers. Fire, air, space, earth and water. So the 5 elements, basically we can see them inside our body. For example, the air element is the element that we breathe in, and it's very important for our body. The water element is the blood that gushes inside the body. The earth element is the solid organs that we have, and the fire element is the digestive fire that we have. Space element that represents our hollow organs, for example like our stomach, it's hollow from inside. So these 5 elements make up our body.
Yeah, so the Panchatattva is basically creating our body.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Dr. Anshika, when we started our meeting a while ago, you were mentioning about 10 principles of naturopathy.
Yes.
Can you please tell the viewers about that?
Yes, so naturopathy, unlike any other form of medicine, believes that the body heals itself. And even a naturopathy doctor believes that he is not a doctor, he is a teacher. A teacher that teaches you how to live your body in order to make your body heal itself. So we are not doctors, we are actually teachers that
Healers.
teach
And healers.
Oh, you can say that, but for teachers for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
teachers for sure, to teach us how to heal our body.
Yes, the healing is done by the body itself. So the first principle is body heals itself. शरीर खुद को खुद ठीक करता है. The second principle is the main cause of disease is innervation. Now, what is innervation? Innervation is lack of vitality, lack of blood supply. For example, if I tie a rubber band on one of my finger, the blood supply stops. And if I tie it for like a few days, my finger will be, it start decays. It start decaying. वो सड़ती है, and then it gets dead. So the third principle is accumulation of metabolic waste in the body causes disease. So what is happening inside our body is a lot of chemical reactions. You can call it metabolism, anabolism, catabolism, and it's a lot. So these, whenever there's a reaction, there is a metabolic end product. And the metabolic end product is known as a toxin. When we don't sweat properly, when we don't excrete the waste out of the body properly, it gets accumulated inside the body. And it is the main cause of disease according to the naturopathy. The other principle is acute disease is a remedial process and is itself a cure. So there are 2 types of disease. One is acute disease, which is for a shorter duration, and one is a chronic disease like diabetes or hypertension. Acute disease is mainly like maybe having loose motions or maybe
A fever also.
a fever or maybe vomiting. So what we do nowadays is take a pill to stop the loose motions or take a pill to stop the vomiting. But why are we doing that? Do we want to keep the waste inside our body? Safely deposit? No. We should not safe deposit the waste inside our body. Yeah? We should always let it go. It's our body's internal mechanism to throw out the undigested waste. So it's very important. And whenever we suppress the acute diseases, it turns into the chronic ones. So if we keep suppressing the loose motions, it will someday convert into an IBS and who knows what.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said that even acute diseases the body tries to heal.
Yes.
Now,
Basically, it is not a disease. Let's say it's not a disease.
It is
we
a
should treat-
remedial process.
It's a
Yeah.
remedial
Yes.
process. It is a symptom that your body has accumulated waste,
Waste.
which it needs to throw out.
Absolutely correct.
so when we are talking about, say for example, let's take a hypothetical example of an acute illness, say cancer, which is now
Cancer is a chronic illness.
right.
Cancer is a chronic illness, but is caused due to the buildup of toxins in your body.
Okay.
Yes, and that is an acute disease. So what is happening if we suppress an acute disease? For example, we are suppressing the vomiting. It's what it is. It's undigested waste in your
Stomach.
in your in your
It
gastric.
will go to the blood also.
Yes, it can go to the blood also. And it's all toxin. Why do you want to keep it inside the body? It should be eliminated. That, when accumulated for years, suppresses the system, and that can cause chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, or even cancers.
Okay. Okay. So going forward, now say for example somebody wants to, people have some apprehensions about naturopathy. How does it heal without medicines? Because nowadays people have this apprehension that हमें जल्दी ठीक होना है, हमें जल्दी, we have to be on our feet when somebody gets ill.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to the people who are already suffering and they are already taking some medicines? How can naturopathy help that sort of a situation, and what will be their motivation to come to you and have a rejuvenative and a healing process begin from that particular point?
So, like you can also talk about food as medicine.
So when we talk about the fifth principle of naturopathy, it is actually about food. Now, food is a very important part of our daily life. We celebrate with food and we are living because of the food. So what naturopathy says is, food is a building material, but it does not increase vitality. Now, what is vitality? Vitality is our internal energy. So what food does is keep accumulating on the body, but जो शरीर की अंदरूनी शक्ति है, the internal power, food can never increase it. If we are eating wrong type of food, it can be decreased, but it can never be increased. The vitality will never increase. It can only be decreased. So it's always good to sustain it and to maintain it, however internal energy we have. And if we have good vitality, we will not have any sort of disorders or diseases, because the vitality is good. अंदर की शक्ति अगर ठीक है तो सब ठीक है.
But then how to increase the vitality?
Vitality cannot be increased. You are born with it. वो आपकी जो अंदर की शक्ति है ना, you are born with it. आप अपनी आत्मा के साथ, अपने प्राण के साथ जन्म लेते हैं. उसका साइज है, उसको बढ़ा नहीं सकते, और उसको घटने से या डिस्ट्रॉय होने से बचा सकते हैं. So that's what we do in naturopathy. For people who have a wrong lifestyle, they always suppresses their vitality. The vitality gets decreased. So, so we should all maintain a good lifestyle, a good naturopathy diet and everything to keep it maintained. So the other principle is about fasting. Now, fasting is magical process. Fasting is a process that gives the body opportunity to heal. Now, how this works is that when you understand it, when we eat a lot of food, maybe you went to a wedding and you had a lot of parathas, rotis, paneer sabzi, dal makhni and all sorts of food, and then you have milk as well. So your abdomen is like, I'll have to process so much that it will be traumatic for your abdomen. And then what will happen is all of the food remains undigested. So jitna humne khaya hai, as much as we had eaten, more energy is required to actually digest it. That's why we feel sluggish and fatigued after lunch, because we eat too much during lunch. We don't eat too much during breakfast, so we are active. But during lunch, we eat too much and heavy carb diet, and the body requires, oh my God, there's a lot of food to digest and it requires energy. And that leads to
Fatigue.
And when your body is fatigued, it cannot heal disorders.
On its own.
No, not possible.
Okay.
Because it requires energy to heal. Maybe a fever, Your body needs that energy. So for example, if you're having fever or any sort of acute diseases, like I just told you, we need to fast. When we fast, that energy is saved. And there is a process known as autophagy. Have you heard about the autophagy?
Autophagy, eats itself.
Yes, so for example, we are on fast. There's no food in the body, and the body is like, oh, where's the food? And then the body goes and searches for all the toxic material that's hidden here and there, and then it processes it and makes it into energy.
So another thing which I have noticed these days, that the youngsters are, I feel that they are doing the wrong kind of fasting. Like they are doing something called intermittent fasting. They will eat at night and they will not eat the whole day. They are eating at 3 o'clock in night, saying कि मेरा तो intermittent fasting है, मैं नहीं खाऊंगा इसके बाद. So रात को 12 बजे they are having huge amounts of food, saying that okay, I am allowed this food and I am going to do intermittent fasting. So
that's also not correct.
That's also not advised.
So
because
fasting, the correct process of fasting, can we have that?
Yes. So there is no wrong or right way of fasting. Fasting is different for everybody. That when we analyze a patient based on their elements, based on their pulse diagnosis, their iris diagnosis, and their encumbrance diagnosis, and we have a lot of diagnosis that we do, and then we suggest a fasting for them. When we come to eating at night, I would not recommend that, because we all have a circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is how it's your body clock, and it's not, your body is not made to eat food in the night. Basically, it's made to eat food. In naturopathy, we recommend eating twice a day. That itself is an intermittent fasting. You eat during the day, and in the night you fast, which is relatively very easier.
Yes.
Rather than fasting in the daytime when there's a lot of food around, it's good if you fast in the night time.
And there's a lot of activity also during the day. In the night, there is no activity.
And in the night, your body needs to relax.
Rest.
It's the rest time now.
Yes.
Also, another type of fasting is Navratri fasting. That's very common nowadays. People eat a lot of puris and bhajis, and they fast during the day, and immediately puts the load on the digestive system during the night. And that is, I have seen patients going into a lot of different types of disorders because of this specific type of fasting. Navratri fasting does not allow you to eat a thali in the night.
Exactly. Exactly. That's again overeating.
Yes. So the other thing that naturopathy says is that germs do not cause disease. It's present in the diseased condition. Now, what this exactly means? We have all been learning that germs cause disease. But in naturopathy, we believe that even germs cannot do anything if your vitality is raised, if your immunity is good, and if you're following a correct lifestyle. Corona germs were everywhere, but some people got it and some people didn't. Tuberculosis was everywhere. Some people got it, some people didn't. So this is a naturopathy principle, that your own body always tries to fight. So it says germ is not present in the disease condition. Germ is present in the disease conditions, but germs do not cause disease. That's the principle that naturopathy.
So when the immunity or the vitality of the body is low, then the disease will come and catch the body.
Yes. That's why some people get cold and cough, and some people are like, I'm fine.
Right.
The other thing is, the next principle is exercise or physical activity. It maintains a balance between nutrition and elimination. So what exercise does is, we eat food, and if you don't exercise, it does not get metabolized properly. And if we don't do exercise, it does not get eliminated also properly, leading to things like constipation. If we do a good exercise, we'll not get constipation because it helps in your peristaltic movement. It helps your body to eliminate. If we are doing exercise, we are sweating. Lots of toxins are going out through sweat. So this is a principle that naturopathy believes in. The other thing is external treatment, be it any external treatment. For example, allopathic, homeopathic, naturopathic, so on and so forth. They only treat your body from external ways. Externally. Internally, your body heals itself. Your body will always heal itself internally. That's the principle. The last and the most important principle, the last and not the least, is the patient's own willpower. In naturopathy, we require a patient to believe in the system and have a willpower. Only then the patient can be healed. So these were the 10 principles of naturopathy. I hope it summed up what naturopathy is
Yeah, very well. And I think this was a very good interaction with Dr. Anshika Pathak. Viewers, you would have got a very good understanding about the concept of naturopathy and how it naturally heals all our bodies. So we request you to please come and meet Dr. Anshika Pathak, do a personal consultation with her, understand more about the concept, the science, and please do avail of this wonderful facility, the wonderful opportunity of healing our own bodies through our own body systems.
In short, experience holistic healing.
Right.
Yes.
So thank you so much, viewers. We'll come up with some more shots from the institute. Look out for them and see you soon in our next one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.